Guys, what's up? We're here today trying to answer the question, should you buy this car? We got the Deluxo today. It's a pretty phenomenal car, and I'm probably going to stop using the word car because it's really not that great of a car, but it is a great vehicle. It does a lot of things. A lot of people may already know about this car, and it may be some things that you don't know about this car. But there's a lot that this car offers. And the price tag, I believe, on a Deluxo is, what is it, $3.8 million if you do the mission. You got to be the lead of that mission to get that trade price. If not, I think it comes in about 4.2. Y'all can correct me in the comments. I don't know why I'm climbing on it. I'm just trying to get you a good look of it. This is pretty much a bone stock Deluxo. And it's based on a 1980s DeLorean, also based on the Back to the Future car, which was based on a DeLorean. Take a look inside, we'll see that, yeah, pretty much not that great interior. It's pretty Spartan, it's pretty bland, it looks very 1980s though, so that's pretty sweet. Looks like it has an upgraded CD player there, because in the early 80s that wouldn't have been a thing, it would have been all cassettes. Other than that, it doesn't even come with a sunroof. It does come with rear defrost though. But all jokes aside, it's a very Spartan vehicle until you start upgrading it. So we're going to get it over to the shop. We're going to get some upgrades going on it. We got it at the hangar today already. We're not going to take it to Los Santos Customs. We're just going to pull it right in the hangar, do our mods there, upgrade it, show you what's available, and that's pretty much it. We won't be showing prices on upgrades. You can decide whether you want it or not. I'm going to get you a too long didn't watch. Weaponize this. Maybe some aesthetic mods, like I do like the underbody lights, like the underglow, whatever you want to call them, the neon lights. Those look actually exceptionally nice in this car when it's in hover mode. But the performance upgrades will show you the difference and you make that call yourself. If you're strapped for cash, I would say probably not, but do weaponize it. Puts this vehicle in a whole nother dynamic. And I would say also another thing you would want to do is probably add some armor. So we're over here at the track. We're at the starting line. We're gonna pull right up here to the green lights, and we're gonna see what we can get out of it. Like what's the highest miles per hour. We're not gonna do like a 0 to 60 time or anything like that. We're just gonna see how fast can the car go. We're gonna maybe do a lap around and let you get some shots to the corner and body roll, things like that. All right, so we're off. You can see that the acceleration isn't that bad, but it is a sports car from the 80s. So be it as it may, not getting a whole lot. I would say the exhaust sounds really ratty, like tin canish. I only remember actually seeing one DeLorean in real life, and I wasn't really impressed besides just Back to the Future. In braking, you can see the body rolls a lot. Like, you get another shot of that. Look at that. So suspension probably sucks. Didn't really pay attention. We'll run it back just to get an average. I didn't see us get over 100 miles an hour. I think we got to the low 90s. Maybe run it back and see what we get. We were a little all over the place on the track, but still shouldn't affect on the track this long overall speed. So we're like going 81, 82, 83, and if you know anything from Back to the Future, we would go back in time right about there at 88 miles an hour. So they had trouble getting it up to 88 miles an hour. We almost sort of kind of did too. So we got to 95, 96. You clearly could probably get a little higher, but I'm going to say it tops out about that speed. Let's get her over to the hangar, put all the performance upgrades on her, and then compare and try to see about that. In the meantime, I'm going to hover a little bit right now. Let's see if I can get that, if I can remember how to hover. There we go. Just press the wrong button for some reason. It does hover and it does fly. These are stock. We'll get more into that later. But let's get over to the hangar and start looking at some upgrades. Braking's not so bad. So the first upgrade we're going to look at is, let's see, modifications. And let's just add we'll go back and add all available performance upgrades. They're your typical ones, like so if we went to engine, of course, it's your EMS, just like everything else. So we're going to add all those at once because I'm lazy. We will go through more of the spoilers and stuff like that. So it's that it's all available upgrades. So I'm going for that. All performance, all health. Okay, so this isn't every upgrade, so we're still going to go through it. So when it comes to spoilers, you have the stock spoiler. We're going to take a look at it here, and that's nothing. You have the lip, which is a little small thing. Then you have this one, slightly bigger. And then this factory salve. So you see where I'm going here. So I'm just going to go through them. I actually like the flush mount the best. It's kind of my favorite. I don't know if it came on the DeLoreans or if it was something else. Those look kind of like cheesy 90s. And again, the large ones just aren't my style. So I'm going to go with the flush mount spoiler. I don't think it changes anything with the performance of the car. Front bumper. Let's see, we start off with the drop carbon splitter. You have the stock one right there. It's actually quite ugly. You have the aftermarket bumper. Then the one with the primary, and then the combination spoiler. I'm going to leave it at the combination spoiler. Don't worry, guys. We're going to respray this. I'm not a fan of the color combo. Side skirts. Of course, you have stock, this, the black vented, and then the ones that have the secondary. I think I'm going to go with the secondary. I don't know. Well, or no. Let's go with black. And then there are a few types of exhausts, which are more or less common kind of exhaust that you'll get in GTA. Your grill, there's a few different types. Again, these are really subtle changes, and they cost money in game, so I wouldn't really get them unless you really just have the money to blow. All right, and then this is where, oh, I'm sorry, no, actually it's the roof is where you get to add your missiles and stuff, but it'll be weapons in game. So it's a stock bonnet, it has no vents. That has a secondary hood, and then the carbon hood, race vents, and then the carbon race vents. I'm gonna go with the carbon race vents because just like that. Roof, do get this. I want to say this is 200,000 in game. About 200,000 is worth every penny. And you can see we have them without, nothing. And then now we have our missiles and machine guns. Machine guns are pretty much worthless, but so brakes, transmission, all that stuff, you can see we have typical upgrades. So I'm not going to run through that and waste your time. Make sure, yeah, I should switch everything. Armor, okay. Window tint, that's fine. We're gonna, the wheel category is sports and the S Racer. Got that with neon lights, and let's see here. Some custom tires there. We're gonna respray this thing. Let's make the primary color. Actually kind of feeling that black, but we're going to try to go something a little bit more true to form. We're going to spend a lot of time here. We'll just go with the black. And then our secondary color, we've really got to get that off. I'm cool with this too. Alright, so our DeLorean is all black and it's ready to go. The exhaust sounds already a little better. I feel like it handles a little better. The braking with the suspension is a little better. It still eats the dirt a little bit, but just honestly, it was a little better. It could be the placebo effect. Notice now we have missiles, we have machine guns. Be careful with those things, guys. Alright. And they're really nice. I would say they're pretty much the same as a Ruiner. I'm not going to do the, well, I guess I could probably get to that. The how many missiles does it take to take out the insurgent test. Just to let you know, it is 6 well-placed missiles. They do shoot low, but they do lock on. It's very easy because this car hovers. So now we can see that I feel like acceleration was very much better. All over the place, but right now, see, we're already getting over 100 miles an hour. We'll probably get to 110. So it's definitely, I would say, probably worth it to get that. You're gonna notice some performance. The car does seem to brake considerably better. It actually feels more like a sports car in handling. All right, so now we got that. We're gonna go out and we're gonna fly this baby. Let's get airborne. Right, so we're in hover mode now. Pull back on the stick and it flies. I'll say this is probably one of the easiest vehicles to fly. You can't control it as well as a plane, in the way that you don't have the rear. Oh shit! You don't have the rear. And that's one thing I wanted to get to. You can't crash it. Just explode. It's kind of a dummy-proof vehicle. But you don't have the, you don't have any fins on this car. You just have these little wings that seem like they just let you know it's in flight. So it's super tiny, and sure, it does nothing for it. Like, you can't even crash into it. So you just go straight to hover mode. And that's something else I wanted to get at this. This is right now the best boat in GTA. So you can see it's modded. So let's see if we can still sustain that close to 100 miles an hour over the water. Maybe now we're going 80, 85. No, I don't think we're going to be able to do it. We're going about 90 almost miles an hour. Looks like it's topping out right about, yeah. We made up to 90, but 89, high 80s. And for a boat, anything that moves across the water, that's good. Even for a seaplane, you can think about that lines because we can just take right off. And, oh, it's weaponized. We didn't get that. But we did. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so it's a weaponized boat, seaplane. And right now, the only weaponized boats I know of are the seaplanes, technically, because they can be both. And this car is just effortlessly, when it comes across the way, you can see that it's gorgeous. The way it looks is pretty awesome. I wish I had this thing in real life. But I'm not going to belabor the point. You can see it's a great car. I mean, it's a good, okay-ish car after some mods. And I do take back what I say after the test. I would probably recommend getting the mods if you have the money. If you don't have the money, I wouldn't splurge on them. The car is pretty much, like I said, you get the hovering and flying functionality, which is great. Rockstar gives you, you know, a lot of functionality, just doesn't give you weapons. There's a lot that you can do with this car. I'm not going to go into it, but basically it's nearly indestructible as a plane, so that's what makes it good as a plane. You saw me fly it into the side of the building, turn it upside down. If that be anything else, any other flying vehicle in this game except for the what is that thing? The oppressor. Except for the oppressor, it would explode it, and the oppressor would have threw me from it, and then I could have possibly died, lost some health. But this is still ready to go, speed up, and it's pretty damn good. So if you're not that great of a flyer, but you do want to go airborne, find yourself crashing a lot, this car's for you. But I just want to say it's really easy to operate. It is expensive. It is like coming at $3.8 million. It's not a cheap vehicle, but it's one that you'll probably use. You can't use it in missions like the Kuruma, so I wouldn't say like, you know, a lot of people buy the Kuruma and they just use it over it. No matter what level you are, how long you've been playing, you find yourself using it in some missions. It's a bulletproof car, and for NPC players, it's really difficult for them to land a hit on you because they don't have explosives usually. Except for in some of these Doomsday missions, they do, I think, some explosives. But for the most part, I'm not going to get into the Groomer, but this car is probably as good as the crewman as far as in use. If you're doing like the assassin missions and things like that, against other players, it's not super overpowered because it's not super fast, but its missiles do put it in a class of its own. And they're quite powerful because they can take out a resurgent with like I said, 6 of them, and they're not super fast, but they're not slow either. So, I mean, I want to say they're probably a little faster than Hydra. They lock on decently fast. I'm not sure their range as far as lock on, but the ability to shoot and hover is really good because a lot of times locking on means rising up just a little bit, and you can get that extra time to lock on. It also gives you a way to evade. It's really hard to lock off players lock on this vehicle when you're out on the waves. So, and just a quick tip, I've had it where people try to lock onto me, and I just do a quick drop back into car mode. Doesn't damage the car. Even if you want, you can hover right before you get to it. You do a quick hop on the ground type thing. I'm having trouble getting to hover mode for that reason. But either way, this car I would buy. So that's pretty much it. I really don't have much else to add to this car. It's also, a great off-road vehicle. I'm not going to put it too much through the paces, but it can go pretty much anywhere. And if you get stuck, you can just glide right over it or cheat and fly. So it's definitely very like Swiss Army knife kind of car. It does everything. So let's get down to it. The power plant. If you want to take a look at it, because I know I always want to show you guys that. This one's not much there. Let's go ahead and pop that hood. Alright, we'll help here. Okay, hood's up. Take a look. There's not much there. And that's kind of, expected, since there, you can see there's some type of other drive going on here. What type of technology is powering that? I'm not sure. I hope we get it soon, though. It does have an internal combustion engine that maybe is located in the rear. I don't know. Even when you pop the trunk, it just pops that part, so you can see. And it does have the gold wing doors. We've already showed that. That's that. So should you buy it? Absolutely. If you have the money, buy this car. Maybe you can mod it a little later. Things like that, but it's really a great car. It's very versatile. It's, again, weaponized. 3.8 million. It's gonna come in on the pricier side of the Doomsday vehicles, but it's probably more utilitarian. All right, so that's all I got, and you should buy this. If you get this a nice score of a solid yes, buy this car. There's some things you may not want to add at first. To get into a proper sports car, you do want to get pretty much all the performance upgrades. They do make a difference, but they're not going to make a phenomenal difference. The car still tops out at about 110 miles an hour, which is quite slow if you're looking at race cars. It's not a supercar, sports car. So yes, you should buy it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and watch for our videos again. This is Jay Tally Does Car Reviews, and should you buy this?